Are you going to go home and be happy with Julian Edelman over Marquise Brown when you watch Marquise Brown ripping off 60-yard touchdowns every week with Lamar Jackson?
Yes, we're back again. We're back again.
Hey, let's pump up the volume.
Right here.
If you're new to our channel, please like and subscribe. If you hit that bell, you'll get notification anytime that we go live or put out new content, which is daily.
All right, so jumping into some of these topics, Johnny, from Reddit. The first one is about our guy, Julian Edelman. Okay, so Julian Edelman watches as everybody he knows and loves leaves town.
I love the meme, the SpongeBob meme. It's just the greatest one ever.
If you could throw that one up here,
I'll throw it up on here. So
Julian Edelman now is just sitting there alone in his house in New England going, where is my Tom Brady?
It must be honestly, it must be what Chelsea Lee Byers feels right now, watching us record the show every single week.
It's definitely got to be like that.
So hopefully we'll have her back on the show soon. I know a lot of people are asking. It's just the quarantine. It's a little difficult to get her on the show right now, but she will be back. But yeah, no, very much so. Julian Edelman, very sad.
Is he being undervalued right now is the ask. Reddit was really fired up about this. Is he being undervalued in rankings? And so, Johnny, I'll kind of let you touch on this. For me personally, I don't know that he is being undervalued because, look, you've got to discount the fact that we don't have much tape on Stidham. And we don't really know what Stidham's all about within this offense. And I'm not so sure that they want to give the keys over to that guy. So, Johnny, talk me through what your thoughts are, your outlook on Julian Edelman this year.
I do think they do want to hand the keys over to Stidham. But the difference is we don't know exactly how good he is, right? Like Bill Belichick's raves about him. But like we know Bill Belichick kind of has a way with these quarterbacks that he can kind of make anything work. I mean, we saw Jacoby Brissett. He turned into a decent quarterback, but I mean, we saw him really game scheme and game plan around what he could do. Jimmy G was completely different. If you remember a few years ago when Tom was injured during those, suspended for the first 4 games, they started off with Jimmy G. That was one game plan, and then Jimmy G went down because I believe he either had a broken collarbone or something like that. So he missed the other games, and so Jacoby had to come in, which was a completely different quarterback and scheme, but he was able to do it. That is my concern with Julian Edelman. Do I think his value is being undervalued? I think his entire career he's kind of been undervalued for the value that he brings. I mean, just last year when we were doing our dynasty startup, Julian Edelman went in like the 10th round because he was like a later, wide receiver, older wide receiver, and Tom Brady getting older and all of these things. But we just did a mock draft on Monday of a dynasty startup, and again, Julian Edelman was going right around the same place. So has his value really changed? I don't think it has. Maybe in redraft leagues, he's gone down quite a few rounds, but rightfully so. There's question marks there. Is he a good, talented wide receiver? Of course. Are there a lot of weapons there in New England? No, there aren't, but there are ones that you think can emerge. N'Keal Harry, are they going to rely on the run game a little bit more? There's just a lot of questions for me.
There's definitely a lot of questions, but I do like what you said here, and you talk about him, being a staple for this offense. Actually, the one sure thing you could probably look at and go like, oh, I know this guy will be there. And I think that's important to talk about for Stidham. If Stidham is going to be he is a young quarterback, and they're going to work him into the system, what better friend to have than Julian Edelman over the middle as a safety blanket? Right now, you're watching Edelman on ESPN.com's rankings. They've got him at the PPR rankings. They've got him at number 30, okay? Sandwiched in between Deebo Samuel and Tyler Boyd, Michael Gallup. So right in that range,
so
similar to fantasy
guys, you're going to put him last.
Yeah. No, and I agree, but I just think like you're talking about a guy, maybe he's not wide receiver 1 value for sure, but like this guy could easily creep into wide receiver 2 if he stays on the field and Stidham just finds him.
100%, he's a great flex option at the end of the day. So
yeah, so I think if he stays, end of the day, if he stays right about where he is, you're okay swooping him up there. I think obviously, like Johnny said, you want to get guys ahead of him. like Tyler Boyd, Deebo Samuel, Michael Gallup. These guys are, maybe not
Maybe
Michael
not
Gallup,
Tyler Boyd.
I would probably take Tyler Boyd above. I mean, if you look at the work that Burrow was able to do with a guy like Justin Jefferson, a slot guy, possession receiver is going to be really, really useful for Burrow. So I'm excited about Boyd.
It's a whole question of there are a lot of weapons in Cincinnati,
but there are some fun ones behind him. That's why I'm a little bit questionable. Like if you look at 31 on with like Fantasy Pros rankings that I'm looking at, Will Fuller, Marquise Brown, Christian Kirk. Like there are some really fun guys that you're looking at, and like, are you going to go home? Are you going to go home and be happy with Julian Edelman over Marquise Brown when you watch Marquise Brown ripping off 60-yard touchdowns every week with Lamar Jackson?
Right. No,
probably not.
No. But so Edelman is more of the, if you need just a solid piece, then
it's really about roster construction, right? Did you take a lot of chances up at the beginning of your roster? Do you need somebody to plug that hole as a consistent guy? Yeah, I understand why you would take Edelman.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Whisperers podcast. You can hear more from John and Travis on Google Play, SoundCloud, and iTunes. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at TF Whisperers.